Toastmasters and welcome guests. A very good evening to all of you. Today I am playing a very important role, tabletop master, and it's a fun and a learning experience to know how to speak extempore, and it tests our capabilities as well. The purpose of the tabletop portion of our meeting is to provide an opportunity for the members of the audience to practice impromptu speaking. Each tabletop speaker is encouraged to remember and use the word of the day, that is exquisite. Again, the word exquisite, you have to use it in your table topics to be the best speaker if you want to qualify. Time allotment for this extempore speech is 1 to 2 minutes. So today I have tried to make it a bit different. And it is a topic of all the table topics which you need to revolve around. So it is mystery. Actually, while today morning I was having coffee, and since I like coffee very much, you know why. So I got a news that one of our members, I don't know whether he is sitting here or not, but in his 2-story apartment there was a theft. Somebody stole the jewelry. And for that, I would like to call Toastmasters who are sitting here. Just you need to defend yourself. I will give you a role, and you need to defend yourself for that role. It is nothing personal, but it is a role. Just as in case of a movie or a drama, you take the role, and it will be fun to have it. So, may I call as a name if you. If I prefer to be
as per volunteers.
As per volunteers. Welcome. And assume you are mother-in-law in the house.
Okay.
And you have to defend yourself that you have not taken jewelry. Your time starts now.
Who are you?
You have to tell the audience that
What is cops? Not the cops.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, I don't like gold. I hate gold. Because for my beauty, I don't require anything gold. So I can't imagine stealing the gold. Because my husband is so rich, whatever gold I want, he will buy and give me. And I did not ask, so that's why I don't have any gold. So that doesn't mean that I have stolen the gold. And another thing, I love my daughter-in-law, and I will not steal the gold from her. And I love my son. I don't want to make him unhappy. So whatever you are suspicious is totally wrong unless you try to prove it. Unless you prove it, I am innocent. Try to prove. Anybody is trying to prove or no? Or shall I continue? And what else I can tell? At least big light should remain.
May I call next tabletop speaker? Is it a volunteer? I have to. Toastmaster Vivek. Toastmaster Vivek, assume you are the TV repairman. You have come to the house for TV repairing. And the theft has occurred, so you need to defend yourself.
TV is theft?
No, you are the repairman.
Then I can go without talking. First of all, I would like to explain that I had a call for repair the TV just 1 hour before. The gold is thefted as per the mother. It was last night. So I was the last night with my son in the hospital. There is already record is there. Myself and my son was in hospital. So I will not be part of this stuff, or I am not the person. I will tell you. If you are thinking again that I am the one suspicious in front of you, look at my face. Do you think? Because you think that I am suspicious about you. Because more people think about those who are big countries always. And I have a doubt about some other persons. Just before I reached, one person was moving out of the gate and his face was so suspicious. I don't know who was there. Maybe some servants in this room, in this family, or the watchman himself. You can talk to or you can question them. And if any doubt, you can call. I will be available for questionings or any answers anytime. So let me go with your permission.
Toastmaster Mallikarjun. You know, the people in the house, those who stay in the house, they like pizza very much. And you are role will be pizza delivery boy. So you have to defend yourself for the time.
Good evening, Table Master.
Good evening.
Good evening, friends. Actually, it's very unfortunate day today that a person who is feeding all the people is made to prove his innocence. But okay, this is my profession. What can I do? We meet different kind of different kind of owners and different types of houses which we visit. Actually, yesterday night, in fact, was a very unfortunate incident that I happened to receive the parcel from my shop, from the workplace, and was told to deliver to the present address, where unfortunately I am being called for the questioning. I would only like to tell that it was me who made a call. The time when I received the parcel to go and deliver it, and the moment I reached, I don't know who played the mischief, but definitely everything was misplaced and the door lock was broken. There was nobody at the house. It is that I called, I made a call, I took the photos, and to prove that I do have it in my WhatsApp.
Thank you. So we are a bit convinced by Mallikarjun. So let us find out who is the real one. And the next role I will call upon Mr. Deepak. Mr. Deepak. Toastmaster Deepak, you know there is a theft in the building, in the house. So considering yourself as housemate, how will you do this?
Sir, yesterday when the theft was happening, I was in the kitchen cleaning the utensils after the dinner of the family life. I was, for one and a half hours I was there, and I came to realize when mother-in-law of the house only, like she was shouting that the jewels are missing. Then only I realized that some mischief has happened. But as you talk, I seen this the pizza delivery guy. I've seen him coming and ringing the bell, and I only opened the door for him. And I don't know what happened. Like by the time when I took the pizza and kept it in the kitchen, he might have taken something. I'm not sure, sir. But all the time I was in the kitchen only. So I'm very sorry, but I don't know what happened. I definitely am. I strongly.
You don't suspect me.
No, TV maker. He's like. He took the TV for repairing and he left very soon. But he's a delivery guy. By the time I took this money and gave it to him, like it took almost 15 to 20 minutes for me. That's more than enough to get the jewelry because, as per mother-in-law statement, jewelry was kept open on the doors. It seems like. I think guests can easily see the jewelry lying on the teapot. So I highly doubt it. Please investigate more. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. It seems Toastmaster Deepak is very innocent. By his face also it feels like that. So may I call upon Toastmaster John Thomas? Sir, it is still a mystery who has been taken away the jewelry, very costly jewelry. So assuming yourself as a visiting professor of physics, you teach the children over there, so how do you justify?
Favorite topics, Master, Toastmaster 3, fellow Toastmasters, warm good evening.
Good evening.
I happen to know that there was a theft yesterday night at this house. In fact, I came here, I rang the bell, I waited for 2 minutes and I forgot why I came here. Then I left immediately. And after a few minutes, the girl called me and told me to come back. Sir, we have tuition now, please come back. I came back, but I forgot again to ring the bell that time. And I waited there for some time. The door was not open. I went back. So this happened 2-3 times. Every time I come at the door, I forget why I came at the door. I spent few minutes there, then I went back. And I never entered that home because I never realized why I stood there for so long. So I never entered that home, and there is no way you can suspect me. Maybe you follow this
By the way, assistant professor or visiting professor, they make us character building, so they cannot do this. So we cannot doubt them. So may I call upon Santosh, Mr. Professor Santosh.
Now comes the real person.
I know who is that.
You know the story and we have not been able to find out. So consider yourself as a night watchman.
As a night watchman of this house, I know the whole story of the house. I know who is the chief also, who is the planner, everybody. This, I agree with the mother. She hates gold totally, but she is crazy about mobiles. Yesterday our TV was working. There was a breaking news. There is iPhone 7 is releasing. So his son is not giving money to the mother. So she planned with the TV repairing guy She broke the TV. she called him for repairing. She kept the gold and given to the through the pizza. It's all planning. So I think full investigation, CBI investigation will be done about this one to find out who is the real thief in this house. I think the mother is the. She hates gold, agree, but she's crazy about the iPhone. She had no money. She made all the planning. So this is the way this step has been. Thank you.
With the actions of Toastmaster Santosh, we can find out that really, he is speaking clean at heart and speaking the truth. So he cannot be the one. So may I call upon next volunteer? Toastmaster Jamal. This mystery is still open, so we need to close this mystery. Consider yourself as a plumber.
Master, Toastmaster, good evening. Toastmaster, good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, I'm a poor man, but my dignity. Yes, I'm a plumber. Please, this is for sure. I'm not taking it. But I know the guy. If you give me some money, I can't tell him. He's only Rashish Parikar. But believe me, I did not take it. I know. And I'm very innocent. I never do such thing in my life because still I'm poor man. I don't have money, but I don't do this. I'm a clean guy. You can also check my profile with police. I have no issue at all. And yes, I'm doubting about some people. One of them, the mother, mainly the mother. That's it. Please continue investigating with her again.
Normally, a plumber, he will take the normal thieves are plumbers, but we don't doubt Jamal because of the innocence again on his expressions on face. I think maybe this next role may be the one. So may I call upon any volunteer? Toastmaster Dinesh. The mystery is still open and your role is the gardener.
Good evening, Toastmasters of the day. Good evening, Capital Master. And good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Good evening. Well, sir, I am the gardener and I do work outside the flat, not on the flat. But I saw really yesterday evening, something like 6 o'clock, I saw the mother was talking to the pizza delivery man and they were making a prank. I never thought that this is the prank. Actually, after that, 3 times mother came down and was calling somebody from outside. I doubt really she was calling the pizza man because after half an hour again, the pizza delivery man came again. And I asked him why you came again. He told, I forgot to collect the money. How it is possible? He given pizza and forgot to collect money. And later on, today morning only, the girl was telling that, the girl of the flat was telling that somebody stole the gold from there. Sir, we are poor people. We work on small money only, but we never do thieves. But this mother and pizza man has got some connections. I certain that some connection. Sorry, sir.
Normally we see that because gardener normally stays in the sun. Normally we see because gardener stays in the sun, so he has a tendency, of beja fry. And so he will go for that. But because of the expression of the gardener, he seems to be really, right soul and, very clean at heart, so we cannot doubt. And the only person left now is the final role, and which I would like to call upon Mr. Toastmaster Arun. Your role is the housekeeper.
Tabletop master, Toastmaster of the evening, and fellow Toastmasters guests. Yes. This is going to be the conclusion of this particular dear topic. And I know he called me at the last because the distillery need to be sold out and open to you. I'm the housekeeper, and as you know, did anyone notice yesterday the cook came here? They were here for around 2-3 days, and it was all secret. We were planning a mock. Because in our city, the situation of having such kind of theft is not allowed happening. And they are not getting a chance to really act upon a theft like this. So, but what wanted to just practice in between. So what they said, just all we can few other people around, and we can't all around. Created some characters, and we acted like, okay, this is got stolen. They told me, just take out and you take away. And we will plan a story around and execute it. That's what happened. And the master introduced all the characters very well, and you all argued and got up your points. Now, do you want to see where the bird is? Do you want to see it? Yeah. Just look under your table. Chair is there. Over.
It seems finally Toastmaster Arun has solved our mystery.
The reason Arun has always not come,
no, it will still remain a mystery, but but Toastmaster Arun has given us, everybody can search below the table, below the chair, they will find the gold. So we have the timer's report, please, thanking all the Toastmasters for the table topic speeches.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Today we have 9 table topic speakers, and I'll start with Mr. Rajesh Pandikare. He took 1 minute 5 seconds. Toastmaster Vivek took 2 minutes 12 seconds. Toastmaster Mallikarjunan took 1 minute 44 seconds. I myself took 1 minute 58 seconds. Toastmaster John Thomas 1 minute 26 seconds. Toastmaster Santosh 1 minute 21 seconds. Toastmaster Jamal 58 seconds. Toastmaster Dinesh 1 minute 28 seconds. And Toastmaster Arun Kumar 1 minute 48 seconds. I think except Jamal, everyone else is eligible for voting. So I request everyone to take your ballot papers and cast your votes. Over to you.
I now return control the meeting to the Toastmaster meeting. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rajesh, for making such a wonderful table topics.
Thank you. I should get two because I saved your time.
Please have to.
No, you can keep. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Please give a round of applause. Yesterday when I called Toastmaster Rajesh for the confirmation of the rule, he was asking me where is Mussafah group. Alright. Next, before I call upon the other role players for their report, there are 2 types of coffee. What is that? 2?
More than 30 minutes are left, so we conduct another set of table topics, different table topic session. Why should we waste time? Have an education session. We can have an education.
Table topic, anyone is ready? They have a set of
how is that?
Yeah, yes. Okay. Please welcome Toastmaster.
You don't agree, I just put my opinion.
Yeah, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes because timing is 9:30 now.
What time? Another 10 minutes program I have.
Okay, let's see.
So the timing rule remains the same.
Yes. Good evening, Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the day, and fellow Toastmasters. We have all came through beyond oceans. We flew to this place, flying kilometers above the ground. Now, I would ask you to come up to stage and start explaining your first flight experience. Any volunteers?
Over 3 participants probably.
Yeah, Mr. Maria. Okay.
Toastmaster of the day, table topics master, and fellow Toastmasters. Good evening to you all. In fact, the first experience is always memorable one, and my first flight was no different. The excitement or the curiosity started from the day I received my offer in hand. There were butterflies in my stomach, and things do happen when you get some good things as well as not so preferred things when you are about to start something new. So going abroad was also a totally new experience, and I was filled with lots and lots of queries like how would the situation be, how would the work ambient be, and what will be the experience of really flying in the flight. In fact, the journey turned out to be much sweeter, and the experience after that which I got in my job professions and the other things was totally good, and in fact I can never forget the first 3 hours of my flight, which laid the foundation for me. Now it's been 12 years. Thank you.
That prompted me to tell my experience. When I was flying from Toronto to Dubai for first time in flight, I was frankly very much afraid to fly that much above and something happens there. But I cannot show it to anyone there. I'm a man of 28 years at that time, and a lot of people came to drop me at the airport. At the airport, one of our known person was there, so they told me that to be with him always. So I was with him, and he told, okay, you go and write your embarkation card. I wrote the embarkation card. Then he told, okay, put the that label into the luggage. At that time, the luggage will be scrutinized again in the airport. So I was telling him that I am an engineer and but I cannot put that label properly. Then he was helping me. So from that moment I thought that whatever you studied, whatever you acquired, immediately if you cannot help yourself, that studies you have to take it as a support later on. Practical life is a different thing than studies. Can I have one more volunteer? Okay.
Topic master, Toastmaster of the evening. Fellow members, good evening once again. My first experience in a flight I came to Gulf. That was my first flight travel. It was in 1995, May 17. I landed in Muscat. I took my flight from Bombay. Till Bombay I came in train. From Bombay I came to Muscat in Indian Airlines. I think I did or something like that. The biggest mistake I did, which I can still remember, other than flight, if we consider bus or a train, do we get your food free? I was under the impression that, the flight started, you are sitting relaxed, watching the TV, the trolley came with the drinks first. And they asked, do you want? I said, no. Because my parents told me don't spend money unnecessarily because you are going abroad to save money. I said, fine, I don't want. Then the food tray came. I saw my left hand right, they are taking the food. I thought, I don't have money to spend. I honestly said, I don't want. Again, there was a, the difficult part, even now, I don't speak Hindi much. Those days, nothing. Even now, I can make a little bit. There was asked me in Hindi, but I could not reply. Somehow I managed, I don't want. And the intention was not to spend money. And somehow I managed to came out of Muscat Airport. I was coming to one of the company with the visa, so there was someone waiting for me. And the moment he came out, I saw my name, he is having a placard, and he asked me, how was the travel? It was good, excellent, the first experience in a flight. Well, and he asked me, how was the food? I said, I didn't buy the food. He asked me, he looked at me like a stranger. You didn't buy the food? Yeah, I didn't, because I don't want to spend. Then he told me the whole story. Whatever you get in a flight, those days we didn't have this budget airlines. Whatever flight we had is paid airline, whatever you get it is free. He told me, you get the drinks and the food as much as you want and it's free. Don't ever say no to them. And I asked him, can I go back and get it? So it's a real incident which happened. And it's a live platform because it was 20 years back. Okay.
That was really excellent experience. Toastmasters Rajesh told. My first flight experience was a bit different one, and it was, you can say, fun. It was when I was 8 years old. I traveled along with my cousin from Delhi to Mumbai. Before I actually had never seen the train, forget aeroplane. So I thought probably this will go by road because normally I used to go by bus. So my expectation was that aeroplane will go by road. And when it started, taking off, so I started crying. I was worried. What the hell is happening? Why is it going up? It should go by road. And then I started crying but he didn't listen to me. And it started taking off and then flew across the sky. And I started crying, heavily. And then I cried for around 15 odd minutes. My cousin sitting next to me, he gave me the window seat, and that was more horrible, seeing the live experience. So I thought, I'm going to die any time. But then he calmed me down. He told me, look at the air hostess, some beautiful air hostess. And then I suddenly stopped crying. And then they came to me and gave me some nice chocolates. And it was again, it was a healer for me. So I stopped crying. And finally, it was, we landed well. And again, it was a horrible experience, to land. I didn't, think that it will land perfectly. I thought maybe it will go in the sea or somewhere. And will be no more, all of us. But finally it landed, and we went to our relative's place. But the return flight we didn't take, we came by train. So it was such a good experience. Thank you.
Do you train nowadays also?
Sorry?
Do you train nowadays also?
No, not yet.
Now you look for data.
Master, fellow members, Good evening once again.
Good evening.
Well, my first experience was I was actually going from my country to Tunisia to start my higher study in university. And it was really a new experience because I didn't get any information. My mother is behind me to read Quran, to pray, to so many things. And my elder brother, who is frequent traveler, was just making fun of me. He said, well, we fell on the water, something like that. When I go to the flight, this is where the embarrassment starts. I was only the one from capital, along with another student from village. They start asking me even how to make the seat, to lower it. I was not able to show them that I'm from the capital. I should be the one who knows. They don't know. Even lights. So really, I've got so many questions that I was not able to help these guys. The other story is that I cannot forget is one European guy was sitting close to me. He was always talking to the air hostess. Always. Whenever she passed, he would stop her and start talking to her. At the end of the flight, because he speaks French, I told him, why do you have to do this? So this is my line. See, I've married 4 times with air hostess. This will be another 5.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jamal. And due to time shortage, we have to cut it short now. Thank you for cooperating with the extended.
Well, shall we move to the reports now? First, let me call upon Toastmaster Ranjit Balchandran for the quizzing. Please come to the dais. A round of applause to him.
Good evening, Toastmaster of the day and fellow Toastmasters.
Good evening.
So let me start with quizzing. I'll make 2 groups. Whoever knows the answer, please raise hand and answer it. Because everyone start answering. It won't be clear to everyone else. My first question to this group: how many of this group has watched the movie Kabali? How? Yeah, please.
Yeah, I watched.
How many watched? 2. Right. What is the meaning of exquisite? As per the slide.
Handsomely, beautifully delicious.
Good looking.
Sorry?
Good looking.
Good looking.
Yes, correct. And what was the thought of the day?
If you succeed, you will win. If you fail, you will learn.
That's right. You are supposed to do us, right? That's right.
And it is said by who? As per Toastmaster Arun Kumar's mom, the coffee bean is made of what? Toastmaster Jamal likes 2 things. What are the 2 things Toastmaster Jamal likes?
Coffee.
No. Anyone know? Yes, football and radio. As per Jamal's speech, what is the 3rd thing you should not Google? Right, the 2nd thing.
Answer.
Yes, correct. And Toastmaster Theo, before he planned his visit to India, which are the 2 shops he went?
Toys R Us.
Correct. Best coffee is from which country?
Yemen.
And Toastmaster Rajesh particularly likes two things. What are the two things? Excellent. Gardening and traveling. Okay. As per Toastmaster Palikare, what are the two things he noticed from Toastmaster Jamal which he need to improve upon?
Unwanted moment.
And what are the four things he liked from Jamal?
Inspiration, motivation.
Confidence, no notes, clear delivery, and he entertained. And as per Toastmaster John, what are the two things he liked from Dr. Pio's delivery? Yeah, it's more related, clear and in simple terms. And Toastmaster Pio's first travel experience to which country?
Oman.
Yes. And which day and which month and which year?
95.
That's it.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ranjit. Next, we have the World Master Grameen and Toastmaster Dinesh. Let us welcome him with a round of applause.
Good evening, Toastmasters. Good evening, and Toastmaster of the day. We have, unlike previous sessions, the word exquisite was used at least 10 times today. Okay, please give an applause for that. Toastmaster of the day used it 4 times. Toastmaster Mallikarjun used it 1 time. Toastmaster Sujit used it 1 time. And Toastmaster Rajesh Cole used it 2 times. That is how it is.
I also use.
Yes. Toastmaster Prayer, yes. Used 1 time. So together it is 10. 11. No.
I also use. He used.
I was not there. Sorry. So it is 12 times it is used. So it's a good one. Okay. And in grammar, mostly the grammatical mistakes are very rare, but it is more in table topics. We are eager to express. That is why we are stopping. It doesn't stop the beauty of the table topic, but it is a grammatical mistake. T.M. Projol, sorry, Toastmaster of the day, one time, I should not say the name, so I'm telling Toastmaster of the day.
You can say one of the speakers.
Yeah.
That's all.
What Toastmaster you can say? You got to point your finger.
Yeah.
Just say you got to use this word.
Okay. Okay, so right from the beginning, one of the Toastmaster speaker said like this that Swami Vivekananda was the great Indian philosopher. Swami Vivekananda still is great Indian philosopher. So you should say Swami Vivekananda, the great Indian philosopher, said, help of family. Sorry, I mean that's not a big mistake. Sipping up coffees. One of the speakers told. It is not sipping up coffees. It is sipping up cups of coffees or coffee or sipping up cup of coffee. Another speaker told, conversation between two men. It is conversation between two men. You have to afraid of women. You have to be afraid of any woman or one woman. How do I commit crime? Is not how I can commit crime, or how do we commit crime. Washing machine prepared by my wife was in kitchen. Is wrong. Washing machine set up by my wife in kitchen. Before he calling to stage, or before he being called to the stage. Married with one son. There is a grammatical mistake there. So married and blessed with one son. For health, we put it on Google. For health questions, we put our queries in Google. And table topics, there are a lot of small mistakes which I am not going to exaggerate. That's all for the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dinesh, for that exquisite report. Unofficial. Alright, next is the accountant for today. The accountant's report by Toastmaster Mallikarjun. Please welcome him on the stage.
Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmasters, good evening to you all.
Good evening.
Actually, as a counter, I would want to bring one thing to your notice, that only the first speech, that is an icebreaker, is exempt from the words, the crutch words or the filler words. Okay, so we don't have any such thing. Just thought of sharing with you this information. And every speech we attend, every speech we give, or every meeting we attend, definitely there should be an improvement. And today, actually, I found in fact a lot of people using these filler words. I would start with the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Prajwal Damodar used 7 times. Toastmaster Dinesh Kumar 6 times. Toastmaster Sujit 4 times. Toastmaster Deepak 10 times. Toastmaster Jamal 4. Toastmaster Rajesh Palikere 1. Toastmaster Rajesh Kaul 7. Toastmaster Arun 1. Myself, including this, I think it is 3. Toastmaster Pio 1. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mallikarjun, for the wonderful report. And now we have our general evaluator. Toastmaster Arun Kumar, please welcome him. Round of applause.
Dear friends, shall I address like that? Yes, I am very happy to be here as a general evaluator in this meeting. So, within 1 year I had been the evaluator, general evaluator 2-3 times, but all the time I came to this podium with a lot of comments, mostly advices. But today, fortunately, is really very pleasant and goodness. And definitely I can feel the way we conduct the meeting and all enthusiasm and the energy what we are having. So definitely we all need our own praise and all that. Again, we have 2 guests today with us. Toastmaster Ranjit and Toastmaster, can I ask once again your name? Praveen. And I would like to introduce one more guest. He is everywhere here, but quite invisible. Name is James Gosling. Name is James Gosling. I will tell you, if you don't know, I can see there is no smile in his faces, but I will reveal that in between. Okay, James Gosling. Coming to the general evaluation point of view, the preparation, I started the preparation of the meeting. For the preparation of the meeting, I want one person to be here, but where is our DJ? DJ is not here. Okay, he is okay. You are in your duty, right? Okay, let's all give a good round of applause. The DJ is no one other than Deepak Joseph. See, he is an all-rounder. You can see how many times he is the certificate of farm. This is very fast and best thing I can notice in this academic year. A perfect person who handles means. I didn't say others were not bad, but he's perfectly handling his duty. He started doing his duty. We can see and feel it. The time when we come, we can always see his presence at least 10 minutes before, and all arranged very well. He is really, you are well done. You are executing excellently your role. See, that's the beauty of this Toastmastering. So whatever smaller the role is, executing perfectly, that's where we are gaining. Keep it up. Other role players. We have one volunteer role player who, Toastmaster Mallikarjun, who took up the role in place of one who is Rohit, right? And he did see all the role players did very well, and he immediately took up and executed very well. Of course, we will hold it and hold together at the end. We will give our counter and webmaster. The word of the day. Very simple. That's why we could at least include it in our speeches and other talks. At least sometimes we had days where we couldn't at all use the words at a single time. Simple word, very meaningful, and it suits our situations. Everyone can use. We all would like to pick up such kind of words so that it will be all memorable always. Again, the Quizmaster. Quizmaster, yes, I know you are not a Toastmaster, still you are a guest, but the way you did your role, it is very good. You feel like you are an experienced Toastmaster. Yes. See, we all are coming here and attending the meeting with a purpose. Most of us have our own role. Starting from timer to speaker to evaluator to multiple roles, at least 70 to 80% of the audience cover that. Still, we have 30% who are audience, but I would say they are even important than the people who handle the roles, because acquiring the listening skill, that is the best and first thing what we want to achieve from this Toastmastering. And you pointed out certain areas where you don't see, just hear and forget, but that is not the case. 2 hours we respect and we have to learn and understand everything, each and everything. See, good. And so that way, we would like to give a good round of applause to all our players who played well today, aptly and correctly. Now, meeting roles. Welcome. The speech by Toastmaster Dinesh. Yes, it was really thought-provoking. Your better speech, even though it was not that cricket, still we introduced the drinking of waters. This is connecting to these situations. We are coming here to discuss those things also, right? Yes, very good. And organization of meeting. Yes, organization of the meeting. Yes, thought introduced. Everything was very well. And Sujit who introduced the thought, yes, the thought already multiple times it was taught, and as we all know, the words, even by hearing that personality itself, we feel like, okay, there is something we need to hear about and follow in our life. Time management is perfectly managed, even though we started 5 minutes late is an excuse, and again, we are going to be almost on time. General delivery of meetings. So, the prepared speeches, I'm not going to talk much about that. 2 of the prepared speakers and their evaluators, they performed very well. Let us do another round of applause for them. And Toastmasters General, I like the way you presented, very good, we are developing very well. And Toastmasters, I also want you to be performing even better. You actually want to be a model, you want to be a model for all of us. So, come up with even better thrashing presence on the stage. And general performance, all I told, all the operators were well, aptly presented and executed, and Toastmaster of the evening. Toastmaster Punctual, actually, it is actually for the new people who join here, sitting over here, the count is very still. He presented the way how we can conduct a Toastmaster within 2 hours very properly. See, most of the time what happened, when we tried to excuse within the time, we used to forget and exclude many things. But that theme of the meeting, he correctly blended all across, and he gave us very proper and pleasant and exquisite moments for us. That is none other than he can do again and again. It's a great effort, yeah. Then other comments, 1 or 2. Again, related to that team, I told you one name, right? James Gosling. Who is that? There is another, so when you Google again, for coffee, mostly instead of coffee, we will get another name, Java. What is Java? Meaning of Java is coffee, right? So this is whatever flavor which is coming out of that. See, actually Java, now you got the connection, right? So alternately we say Java, we mostly, this is the person who developed as being a techie, the language called Java. We were in other languages, and this is the person, James is the person who developed it for Sun and later secret by Oracle. So this is a good chance for us to understand that also. Java, link between Java and actually these people, 3 friends were sitting and discussing about a new something which can rationalize the systems. And that way, during their coffee table meeting only, like ours. That's why I wish our Toastmasters of the evening also would have arranged some tables here. We could have invented something today itself. So that way, way back, these 3 people were sitting together having a coffee. They got this idea, and connected to that, they gave the name Java for that kind of language which you introduced. That is basis of whatever mobiles and everywhere what we use currently. Okay, now other comments, just 2 comments. We started some discussion about smart meeting, means exclude the agenda, hard copy printout. I have a different opinion on that because see. Again, we wanted to get rid of our smart devices for at least for 2 hours. This is the, I think in 24 hours, most of the time we used to watch mobiles. At least 2 hours time, let us keep our mobiles aside. And otherwise, we can suggest something like, okay, in the side we can display something. And instead of display spreading all across, we can take few copies and keep in the table. Whoever want, they can